Yeah, it's a Sunday night in November. Of course, it's the football season. Of course, we're talking the Green Bay Packers. Of course, we don't yet have a game to talk about. It's the one that lies ahead. Tell you what's coming up, the starting lineup for tonight's FOX6 Sports Blitz, the Monday night marquee matchup. The champions coming to Lambeau Field. We'll break it all down, including discussing whether the Packers are kicking themselves when it comes to rosters decisions. For good measure, Matt LaFleur makes us say what as the media pushes him on a sensitive topic. The Bucs begin their NBA Cup defense. And our latest high school hotshot is flying the flag for a new sport.
And we're coming for the top of the mountain. Like, they're coming to Lambeau to show them why they're on top of the mountain, and we're showing them why we're climbing the mountain. So it's going to be a respectful game. It's going to be a very respectful and disrespectful game. So it's going to be a dogfight.
Micah Parsons puts his thoughts together pretty well, certainly going into this game. The Pennsylvania native, the Penn State product, so he's got a lot of extra rooting interest in this one. Brandon Cruz is here, Lily Zhou's here, I'm Tim Van Voorn. We're happy you're here. And Lily, you'll be up there tomorrow. You happy this one's on the schedule, Packers and Eagles?
Absolutely. It was a fun, 2 games last year, but now at Lambeau Field, a primetime game on Monday night. What better venue for a game like that, right? The temperature. We'll see what the weather holds as well, but it's going to be a really fun game. The Packers could not slay the giant teams last season. We will see if they can do that against Philly.
That is obviously the challenge, and it becomes a bigger one without Tucker Kraft. That's the injury from last week. We talked about it last week. Now the Packers, this is their new reality. They don't have one of their best offensive players. They're coming off one of their worst offensive performances.
Yeah, and that means opportunity for the guys behind them. We always talk about, it's the next man up, and that gets cliche, but in this case, it really is the case. And they're going to be looking to Luke Musgrave to fill most of that role with the fact that Kraft is out. But you look for other receivers to also get involved. But when you see this opportunity for Luke Musgrave, it has to feel great because he basically lost his starting job from an injury earlier in his career. And Tucker Kraft really just exploded onto the scene and never let that spot go. Well, now with an injury, it's Luke Musgrave's turn to try to grab that spot and try not to let it go. So it'll be interesting to see how involved he is in the offense and what he can do to spark this team. Now, he's a very different player than Tucker Kraft, but he's a very capable receiver. And it'll be, like I said, it'll be interesting to see what kind of role he gets in the game against the Eagles tomorrow night.
He's an interesting guy, much different personality type than Tucker Kraft. A cerebral guy, though. He's going back to school. He's changed his major. He's doing a lot of things that you might not know about because Luke Musgrave has kind of slid off the radar. You're right. He was a second-round draft choice. He is now going to be one of the focal points the second half of this season. But he needs to have Jordan Love get protected. The running game is going to miss Tucker Kraft as a blocker, so Musgrave's going to have to do some blocking there, as well as the other guys playing at tight end. This offensive line, so when we kind of say all those things, you know what the constant there is? The offensive line, Lily.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a solid offensive line, your offense can flourish. We saw it in weeks 1 and 2 where they were protecting Jordan Love. He had a lot of time to throw the football, but they've been consistently inconsistent from there. And listen, I know injuries play a big part of it. They're rotating guys at right guard. They want to give different guys some opportunities at Jordan Moore and Deshaun Ryan. So there's just a lot of shuffling pieces on this offensive line, and thus far, ever since those first 2 weeks, of the season, they have not been the best protecting Jordan Love. And there's a lot of pre-snap penalties, a lot of holding penalties called. And this is just an area where they're going to have to improve it. I know Zach Tom they've talked about kicking themselves, having not protected Jordan Love well against the Panthers. And if the Panthers are getting after you, imagine what the Eagles are thinking coming in on Monday night.
They're absolutely capable of more, there's no question, because of the people they come at you with. So the offensive line has kind of been a surprise maybe at how it's performed, not necessarily in a good way. How about the kicking situation? I mean, coming into the year, you kind of thought after Brandon McManus last year, this was done. This was not something you'd have to fixate on. And here we are in the middle of the season, the Packers are fixating on it.
Yeah, I mean, ever since Mason Crosby left, it was a topic every week on this show. What was happening with the Packers kickers? Well, last year, Brandon McManus comes in and just quieted that. And then all of a sudden, he gets hurt this year. And the talk starts to come because once he comes back from injury, he has not been consistent. And so when you have Lucas Haversek right there who's kicked a 61-yarder, you kind of look at this and go, okay, who's going to be the guy that is the most effective when the time matters, when the most important part of the game? And so that is, to me, what's interesting about where they are right now, because it doesn't feel like this coaching staff has the belief in McManus. They're saying the right things, but the body language isn't telling me that.
Well, and we still have 2 kickers on the roster.
Right.
That's a baffling thing on a regular roster. So Matt LaFleur asked this week who the kicker would be. The plan is McManus. Why is that? Because I see it every day. So that's a quote from Matt LaFleur. So we shall see. Lucas Haversek, again, still on the Packers roster, not being used. All right, we've talked a lot about the offense. Let's go to the other side of the ball as we get ready for this matchup, Lily. And the Packers' interior defensive line. You know, Carolina came to Green Bay a week ago, kind of licking their wounds from the previous week because they hadn't played well. Now this interior defensive line may be licking its wounds after getting run over by Rico Dowdle. Will that show up on Monday night?
If it does, the Packers are in a world of hurt, and Saquon Barkley and this Eagles offense will certainly have their way against a Packers defensive line that, has been banged up. You had Devontae Wyatt out for a stint. Colby Wooden was injured, so guys are not that healthy up front. You don't have Lucas Van Ness up front to help as well, so the Packers are certainly thin on the defensive line, and for whatever reason, they have not been able to really truly stop the run. And again, when you have a guy like Rico Dowdle who's having over 100 yards on the ground, that does not bode well. The Panthers were dominating on both sides in the trenches, and the Packers have to reverse that trend against the Eagles. They need to be winning the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football if they want a chance to beat Jalen Hurts and this Eagles offense. But you have to believe if Saquon Barkley finds a hole, he is gone. So the Packers have to really shore up their gaps there playing the Eagles.
And what about if the Eagles go to their favorite play, the tush push? Brandon, let's take a look at it. The tush push is the tush push. Do you like it? I mean, does it belong in the game?
I'm fine with it. I mean, it's not the prettiest thing, but guess what? It's effective, and when they don't get called for leaving early, it's really effective. That's the one thing that seems to me where they need to tighten up is on how they officiate it, because so many guys on the line get such a jump before the ball's even snapped, and that gives them that advantage. And I think this is a game, too, where, the Packers were the ones that brought it to the Rules Committee, trying to get rid of it. So there might be some animosity, even though, both sides are downplaying that. You still have to wonder if they get the opportunity to use it, they're going to use it, and they do it to great effect, better than anybody else in the game. And again, it's because their offensive line feels like they can dominate at that one moment better than any defensive line, and they've proven they can.
For now, it's in the game, which means you have to stop the play. It's as simple as that. It might be voted out in the future. We don't know. Jalen Hurts gets a lot of TD stats because of it, gets a lot of first down conversion stats because of it, but he can run, too. He's a versatile quarterback.
Yeah, he's our second leading rusher on the team. 5 rushing touchdowns for Jalen Hurts, and he, we know he can bench a lot. That's why they're really successful with that tush push. But Jalen Hurts really adds another dimension to their offense, a dual-threat quarterback. We know what he can do with his legs, and the Packers, again, have to make sure they keep him in front of them if they want to try to contain him when he is using his legs. And again, that's really been their biggest weapon offensively is just Jalen Hurts' legs and, giving the ball to Saquon Barkley. So we'll see if they can kind of contain them. But then you can't forget the weapons that they have at wide receiver. But that being said, Jalen Hurts very effective on the ground. The Packers have to try to find a way to contain him.
Jair Alexander's not going to be playing on Monday night. The former Packer traded to the Eagles, but he'll be inactive. But Zach Bond's back in the state, Brandon. And here's a guy who had a great year last year, parlayed it into a big contract, and continues to produce.
Yeah, he's really just been phenomenal with the Eagles. I mean, his career had kind of gone up and down up until getting to Philadelphia. But once he got there, he is thriving. They have found a way to use his talents to such a level that he has become just almost unstoppable linebacker.
Yeah.
I mean, he just does it all. I mean, he covers all aspects of the game defensively, and it's just impressive to watch him play. I mean, from playing here at Brown Deer High School just down the road from us to going to Madison and then just excelling there in Philadelphia, he's a big reason they're the Super Bowl champions because of how great he played on defense.
Absolutely. He is a former Wisconsin Badger, as you mentioned, which brings us to the current Wisconsin Badgers. Days after UW Athletic Director Chris McIntosh announcing Luke Fickell would return as the coach next season, Fickell takes the Badgers to a win over a ranked opponent for the first time in his years in Madison. Badgers upsetting number 24 Washington 13-10 over the weekend. Ends a 6-game slide. Students out there, check it out. Party time. It's Jump Around Revisited in Madison. And you didn't necessarily know that was going to be happening at Camp Randall Stadium this year. Look at that joy, my goodness. You know what rivals that joy? The fact there's more of the FOX6 Sports to come. So stick around.
What is it when you're the lead of the parade? What do they call you?
Isthmus. Antsiness or whatever the word is.
You know, I never knew that. You learn something new every day.
Has your opinion on it changed at all from the comments you made at the end?
Yes, I'm not going to get into it. It is what it is. You know, the NFL made a decision, and we have to find a way to try to stop the play, and it's a tough play to stop.
Well, there you have it. It's all said and done. We are not going to go forward with that discussion. Well, our discussion now goes to the Bucks, and today the Bucks come up on the losing end of a game against the Rockets. Tim, what happened? Right? They played on Friday night, and then they have an afternoon game today. I mean, it's a fourth quarter loss. Did they get tired? Is it something else?
It's a good question. Obviously, they played hard Friday night. A good game against the Bulls today. In control much of the day against the Rockets, and the Rockets kind of, to be fair, in the fourth quarter took the game from them. Kevin Durant was not missing shots. They played strong. Giannis had another big game, but down the stretch, Houston kind of stepped up and did it. They closed strong, and that's a big road win for the Rockets. The Bucks were just a little bit behind, it seemed like, as the game wore on today. So unlike Tom Crean, broadcast Marquette during the day, and all the way up to Milwaukee doing the Bucks post-game afterwards, he finished strong, but the Bucks couldn't close the deal, and that's a game that got away from him.
All right, hats off to Tom Crean for being able to do double duty today. Lily, with this game today, what do you see with the Bucks as we're about an eighth of the way through the regular season? Yeah,
it's just, I know there's the thing called defense, and that's something that they still have to kind of work on, finish closing games and all the things that they know, right? But this is a team that still has a lot of ability to shoot, to really create some offense, but I think it's just more now, can you get the defensive stops? Can you make those plays that you will need to close a game down the stretch? We will see. But again, the fact that the Bucks have a lot of offensive weapons is nice, but they certainly didn't do it against Toronto. Toronto really shot the ball well and routed the Bucks, so that was not a fun game to watch. But Milwaukee bounced back nicely against the Bulls on Friday in the group stage.
Yeah, Tim, the NBA Cup game, it's a different atmosphere, it's a different court. Mm-hmm. They play the Bulls, and they kind of dominate that game. What is it about this tournament that seems to light these guys up?
Kyle Kuzma after the game was talking about the fact that, it's in season, it is intensity. Doc Rivers was talking about, as a broadcaster, he was like, I don't know about this cup, but as a coach, he really likes it. He says it's growing in the NBA. It's forcing the intensity into these teams. He said, these two teams came in with good records the other night. You're getting a heavy minute total for your main players. You're seeing guys play out to the end of the fourth quarter. It was entertaining, I'll say, on Friday night. Now the Bucks will try to keep it going. They are the defending Cup champions, Brandon. I mean, come on now.
And they're perfect in group play. They're perfect at home in the NBA Cup games. So this team does rise to the occasion in that. Now, rising to the occasion, Lily, is Miles Turner going back to Indiana and getting a reception that maybe he wasn't expecting.
Yeah, a lot of boos in Indiana and Gainbridge Fieldhouse. 10 years Miles Turner spent in the Hoosier State, but did not really receive a warm welcome back to Indiana. I know, he goes on a lot of podcasts to speak your mind about, what happened in terms of that trade and going to Milwaukee, and I don't think Pacers fans really took that well. But then again, he spent a decade in the city. Giannis Antetokounmpo backing up his new teammates, saying, you kind of have to, you have to appreciate what he did for your city. You led him to an NBA Finals appearance, so you have to appreciate what he's done. But Pacers fans certainly booed him. But I will say it's nice that when, players return for the Bucks, they get a nice little tribute video, and fans are happy to see them.
In college basketball, Marquette loses to Indiana today, but it is a big week for Shaka Smart, getting his 100th win with Marquette, and he did it pretty quickly.
That's the point. He's done a lot here very quickly. Marquette obviously is Shaka Smart's program. Who else would you associate with that program the way it's being run right now? It's his deal, it's his guys, it's his game plan, it's his philosophy, and it's been very successful.
All right, well, a lot more to come, including our high school hotshots. Stay with us. More on the FOX6 Sports Blitz.
Welcome back. We have a special athlete this week. Her school started a team just last year, and this senior is breaking barriers. Here's this week's Fox 6 High School Hotshot.
Hi there, I'm Lily McCreary, a senior at Franklin High School, and I'm a multi-sport athlete. The sports I participate in are club softball, varsity soccer, varsity basketball, and flag football. Nope. This is the first year we've had a team at Franklin High School. Well, when I got to freshman year in high school, I remembered that Powder Puff was part of homecoming week, so I was really excited to go and participate in it, and especially be the quarterback, because I've always loved throwing a football around. Since we got to play Powder Puff, we've won every game, and we've won every championship, so basically we've four-peated. I definitely learned a lot of new words this past summer, like dig or go, or like a go route or a dig route or a slant route. So it's a lot different because I never knew the names of any of the plays. I kind of just told them to run and go catch a ball. A lot of the girls like to wear some fun type of eye black on their face. I would tape up my knee because it kind of looked cool, I guess. We lost one game in league play, and we got third place in the tournament at the Don Hudson Center. At the halftime of the Packers-Bengals game, we got to do the QB High School Challenge. Just being down on the field and that whole opportunity was really crazy to me, but I was also extremely nervous, just in case I forgot how to throw the ball or something while I was down there. Quarterback on each team would stand at the 20-yard line. One of the receivers would run a go route, so whoever threw the further pass to either receiver would win. Yes, we definitely won. Oh, I met Freddie Peralta at Starbucks. He sat right next to me at a table. It was really cool because he was like 2 feet away from me too, but we didn't say anything because we were too scared. Lily McCreary, senior at Franklin High School, and I'm the quarterback on the girls' flag football team. And I'm this week's FOX6 High School Hotshot.
Well, that is certainly impressive, and not only does Lily have a big arm, she also has a bright future ahead of her. She plans to study physical therapy in college, and although competitive football may be ending, Lily thinks coaching younger kids the fun of flag football would also be rewarding, and she will always, of course, toss that pigskin around on family vacations. Meanwhile, later this week, our Level 4 playoff edition of the FOX6 High School Blitz kicks off on Friday night with Brandon Cruz. I will be at our FOX6 High School Blitz game of the week. In Division 3, Grafton taking on Catholic Memorial at Oconomowoc High School for a spot at state. That'll be a great game. Meanwhile, state champions crowned on the volleyball court this weekend. Hamilton stunning three-time defending Division 1 state champions DSHA. The Chargers winning in straight sets. In Division 4, Heritage Christian won their first WIAA state title in program history following a sweep. Meanwhile, Grafton in Division 2 and Watertown Luther Prep in Division 3 earned a silver ball finish. Over on the pitch in Milwaukee, 3 local teams were crowned state champs. Congratulations to Oostburg in Division 4, Catholic Memorial in Division 3, and Whitefish Bay in Division 2 for hoisting their respective gold balls. Marquette earned a silver ball finish in Division 1. What a great season for all of our local teams. Congrats on a great year. We will be right back.
Ball just a little bit behind.
All right, maybe you've seen this graphic on our air this season, as seen by TVB. It's like you go in the drugstore, it's as seen on TV, right? Okay, but what did we see at the game? So you ask, what did we see? You ask, you offer an opinion or a question, whatever it might be, with the QR code there or through the link on our FOX6 Now website. We'll answer the questions. I'll be back with you Tuesday morning this week after a Monday night game. Last week, Lily, the tone was very negative from people, you might imagine. What will it be this week?
Hopefully optimistic.
Hopefully. What will it be? Prediction.
Optimistic. I'm putting my foot down there.
All right.
I think there's going to be some frustration. I don't know. I don't mean to be negative here. I just mean with the way this team has been, they haven't been consistent. And sure enough, we could see the team that played the Lions in week 1. But I don't think we're going to see the team that played the Panthers. They have to find more consistency, and I don't know if we'll get that yet.
Consistency. We have not seen that from the Packers at all this season, no question. That Commanders win is not looking as good now. The Commanders have kind of been a dud. Right. So interesting situation. What about the Monday night atmosphere at Lambeau Field, though? You've been there for some of those, Lily. Do you anticipate tomorrow's being over the top? Because last time against Carolina, it was not.
I think it will be. I think the atmosphere will be buzzing. A lot of tush-push talk will be talked about as well. So I would anticipate a very electric environment with green and gold fans.
We will push on out of here for this week. See you again next Sunday night. Have a great week.